Well, we're just back.
Oh, no kidding. What a journey.
What a journey. We did the big loop around. We went through Denver. But what we're doing is going to the train show in Cheyenne, Wyoming, the Depot days at the Union Pacific Museum and Union Pacific Shops and the old Cheyenne Depot there in Cheyenne. Which is one of the best train shows all year long.
Oh, no kidding.
You can wait all year and...
never see one better.
Well, it has a big boy. How many train shows have a big boy? So this is just pretty darn spectacular.
No kidding.
Because they're rebuilding the big boy there.
Right.
And on top of that, it's the Sherman Hill Model Railroad Club and their annual train show on top of that. So it's kind of a coming together of some really neat things. So check this out, Depot Days in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Well, on our way to Cheyenne, we decided to stop at Laramie to look at this neat footbridge here. And what we found is it's a great place to just watch trains going by.
And there's one going by about every 5 minutes, too.
This has got to be the busiest main line on the planet, but what a great place to just watch trains if you're into that sort of thing. And, well, as it happens, we are.
Yes, we are.
And as it happens, we got a good cup of coffee, too.
This is Depot Days at the depot in Cheyenne.
It's a really neat old depot. Cheyenne is pretty cool because back in the early days, Cheyenne was really the very center of the Union Pacific system. This is actually a model of a big boy locomotive.
Oh man, look at that. It's even big and it's a model.
This is O-scale and it's huge. They actually had to reinforce the benchwork to hold this thing up. But big boys are very, very popular in Cheyenne because this was the home of the big boy back in the post-war era. As it happens, Cheyenne is the home of the big boy yet again.
Yes, it is.
They brought one here to restore, and we're going to go out in the shops and look at that here in a few minutes. But first we wanted to check out the train show. This is the old Cheyenne Depot. Again, a central hub on the Union Pacific, pretty much halfway between Omaha and Ogden.
It's also the home of Union Pacific's museum.
It's a really neat little museum, not huge, but what neat displays. They've got some photographs here of the days when the shop used to be the principal locomotive shop on the Union Pacific system. Look at this really cool wooden model of a big boy.
That is really awesome. I wonder how long that took to build.
I don't know, a long time, I guess. It's 100% made out of several different colored woods and just a beautiful, beautiful model of a big boy.
Look, it's 4004.
That's really neat because that particular locomotive has been put on display in the park here in Cheyenne. So I guess you could say they now have two big boys here in Cheyenne, the one in the park and the one they're restoring. They've also got some cool old equipment that used to be around the station. Gee, does that switchboard look familiar?
Yes, as well as the little bell box.
We've got all that stuff over at Garage Mahal. Ours is out of a Catholic girls' school instead of a depot, but the function's the same. Yeah.
Yes.
And this is the new star here at Cheyenne, engine 4014. They're restoring it in the shops. This is what the shops used to look like when it was in full operation. This is what it looks like today. But they do keep their steam locomotives here. It's strictly off limits normally, but for the train show, they open it up so you can come in and take a look.
This is Ed Dickens. He's quite a nice fellow here and quite well informed about locomotives.
He knows pretty much everything there is to know about locomotives, and he's in charge of rebuilding the big boy. He was showing off his brand new overhead crane. The old one kind of died, and they need one if they're going to work on this brute. This is 4014.
You don't realize how big this thing is until you see someone standing next to it.
Yeah, no kidding. It's hard to believe that these guys are even able to work on this thing. It's just massive. They also have the other locomotive here, 844, one of our favorite engines.
Yes.
We love 844. They're completely rebuilding this boiler. And a lot of that work has to be done from inside the boiler, so they invited us inside the firebox. Oh my heck.
This thing is as big as somebody's living room, I swear.
It's bigger than, I think, most living rooms. It's about 11 feet tall inside here and about 30 feet long and maybe 15 feet wide, something like that. Just, you can rattle around in here and it's hard to believe we're inside just the firebox, that one element of the boiler. Now this is incredibly cool. This is a model railroad that was built by Harry Brunk. He called it the Union Central and Northern, and he built it in a trailer house.
Yes, of all the things. We had it in that mobile home, but then the roof gave out, as so typical of those old homes.
And so they've brought it here to Cheyenne, and that will be our show in 2 weeks. So you want to make sure you check that out because it's really neat. So the Sherman Hill Model Railroad Club's show was over at the fairgrounds. It's all part of Depot Days. This railroad belongs to the New Mexico Rail Runners, and that too will be an upcoming show. But the train show itself is kind of your normal train show. It's just that it's really, really huge.
This train show has a little something for everybody. I know I went bananas, and I even found a cute book for Mia.
Isn't that cool? There's something here for absolutely everybody. Most of these train shows are principally dealers, but that's also what attracts people, because you can come to a show like this and who knows what fun thing you might run into, some little bit or piece of something.
Oh, look, Grant Line castings.
Yeah, we just did that show about them closing their doors. I sure hope those things come back, because everybody needs Grant Line castings.
This is one of my favorites, is checking out all of the antique dishes from the different railways.
All kinds of fun railroad antiques. Ooh, River Rossi. We're doing that series right now on the Collector's Attic about River Rossi trains, and we'll be doing some upcoming shows on some of these more modern River Rossi trains. They're really, really cool.
Oh, look, tools. One of my favorites to look at.
I know you found a few things that you were looking for.
I did. I couldn't wait to get in there.
You use yours a lot of times for jewelry making, but it's the exact same process and the exact same tools.
Oh man, look at that, Lego trains. Who would have thought Lego trains?
Yeah, it used to be if you wanted toy trains, you collected Lionel. These days it's more like Lego trains. Everyone's into Lego trains.
Hey look, this looks like Steve's Railroad, only it's Legos.
Yes, it seems they both had the idea of doing the Governor William J. Lepetamain Thruway toll 10 cents. I wonder where that came from. And of course, it just wouldn't be a train show without modular railroads. And they had people coming in from all over the western states. These guys just came up from Colorado, the Colorado and Great Western Modular Railroad Club. But what a neat railroad they had put together. While we were there, they were running both Union Pacific and Western Pacific. Now, of course, that's all just the Union Pacific, but there was a day that there was a railroad called Western Pacific, and we really love the Western Pacific as it happens.
Oh look, a mobile home park, and they're backing in a 1959 Pacemaker tri-level, a mobile home with an upstairs. And believe it or not, I used to live in one of these old mobile homes.
You know what? I did too. we share that in common.
Yes.
I know you've been modeling these. You really like them. You've been doing all sorts of research into the history of the different brands and so on.
Yes, been doing that for years. Have you ever noticed how much mobile homes resemble train cars?
You know, they're very similar in concept and purpose, aren't they?
They sure are. I'll bet they got the idea for them right from a train car.
They probably did. And this is the Sherman Hill Model Railroad Club. They take this modular railroad all over the western states. They show up at one of our favorite shows, Evanston.
They
in the old
do.
That's in a
Yes.
roundhouse. So an engine shop here, a roundhouse there. Anyway, this is their train show. They are the founders of the feast. And so that's really cool. They also have a permanent layout here in Cheyenne, and it was on our must-see list to get over there, which is why, of course, we didn't get over there. There's just so much to see.
Way too much to see.
I think the only way we're ever going to see their permanent installation is to just make a special trip to Cheyenne just to see their club layout. And from what I hear, it would be worth the trip. And of course, as is our tradition,
We were the last ones out.
once again we got the bums rush. We always stay till we're no longer welcome. That's just part of our idiom. Well, that's Depot Days.
That is wonderful.
Is that a great show?
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really good train shows we go to pretty much every year, but that one takes the cake because they have a big
Sure
boy.
does. Yeah, of course.
And the Union Pacific shops, and we get
Yes.
to go in there and check on the progress of the restoration and say hello to the 844, and then never mind, there's so many other things. And one of the things that we're going to be covering next week is Harry Brunk's Railroad.
Oh, cool.
They've moved it into the Union Pacific Museum. They moved it there a few years ago. You may be familiar with Harry Brunk if you've ever read the Short Line and Narrow Gauge Gazette.
Okay.
And he did a whole series of articles. I think it was something like 6,000 different articles in a series called Up Clear Creek on the Narrow Gauge.
Oh, wow, how fun.
And he built this model railroad. Now he calls it the Union Central and Northern. No idea why. It's the Colorado Southern going up Clear Creek and the Colorado Central. It's the old line up Clear Creek Canyon, and he's modeled it brilliantly. And he modeled it, and then his roof started caving in. And
Oh, it was in a mobile home.
It was in
yeah.
a mobile home.
Of all the things, an older mobile
And
home.
I guess they thought about moving the mobile home to the Union Pacific Museum, and then they thought, no, let's just move the railroad and throw the mobile home away.
Yeah, it was done.
So they dismantled the mobile home, they dismantled the railroad, and it's all installed now, and it's in the Union Pacific Museum in Cheyenne. So we're going to be covering that. It's just amazing. And then there's some of the other modular clubs that were there at Cheyenne that were just so amazing.
Yes.
And so we'll be looking at those guys too, all from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
They made a left turn.
Yeah, 2 different clubs came up from Albuquerque, so we're gonna look at their railroads. And then some other foolishness and screwing around.
It's fun out there.
It's just fun.
Lots of fun.
Well, if you haven't been over to the channel, do pop on over to the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, do subscribe.
Absolutely.
It does us good, and it helps everybody out. It keeps the world safe for democracy.
It does.
Leads to world peace and all kinds of work.
Sure does.
And it makes you cool. As soon as you click on the button, immediately sunglasses appear, and you're automatically cool and everything. So
Absolutely.
you want to do that. You want to subscribe.
Yes.
And the way to do that is with the blue button. You ready for the blue button?
Over my shoulder.
Right over there, the round, circular, newfangled blue button. Well, we're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here on Tuesday with the Collector's Attic. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.